Right off the bat, we want to let people know clearly that we're in your corner. We'll come to you. We'll talk at your table.
We really want people to be able to feel comfortable grieving and celebrating the lives of their loved ones the way that suits them best.
From beginning, middle, and end, the personal touch is crucial.
We do full service for funerals, and it's just not going to cost you as much.
Well, Curtis, we realized on our first visit here, there's so much you guys do that we thought it would be a good idea to come back and have you explain a bit of your columbarium installation, creation, design side of things. We talked about burial vaults, but this structure here is not a burial vault. It's totally different. What is this?
This is a columbaria. That's it's a granite structure that's placed in the middle of the cemetery for cremated remains.
With everything in our society, there's options and options and options. So we've seen like the full burial option, the cremation option. What goes into people's thinking about this kind of an option, do you think?
Well, I think it's important to have somewhere to place your loved one's remains for long term.
Sure.
And somewhere to go and grieve.
To visit. Come back.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't want grandma and grandpa on the mantle, and then what happens when the next generation passes, next generation passes.
That's a real thing. I see it all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. So a columbarium is an excellent choice to be able to go and have a place to grieve.
Sure.
And have a place for them, a permanent place forever.
Right.
The center honeycomb, or the center apartment building of this, if you want to say, is marine grade aluminum.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then it's cladded
so
in
it's
granite.
no rust.
No rust, no corrosion, no decay. All our units are bug proof.
Sure.
No earwigs, no bees, anything can get inside.
Wow.
They like to make their homes inside these structures.
So no, you don't have any gaps.
Right. No gaps, nothing. Right. So this is just the aluminum in the middle of construction here. It still has to be clad and finished in granite. But these are the aluminum niches.
Okay. So that's the space you've got to work with there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, most people would say, I don't recognize this from the one that I've seen in my cemetery, but I just happen to notice this over here. What people generally see is there's a plate on the front with a person's name.
Yeah, for sure. A niche door is on the front and it's engraved.
Right.
Sometimes the niche door itself is engraved, or some cemeteries might have bronze plaques.
Oh, okay.
That's your choice.
So Curtis, personalization. You guys are also experts in etching and laser engraving, and it looks like this is one of these machines where you would do that.
Yeah. We've got two large laser tables here, and we custom engrave all our niche doors.
Right.
We do urns, we do some headstones. But yeah, it's there's different options and choices out there, but the laser will engrave the niche doors with realistic looking photos.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Depth to them and everything. A template's made by the cemetery as far as font choices or layout styles, images. They'll set their regulations for their cemetery, and then we engrave to it. The family will receive a proof through the cemetery or the funeral home, proper spelling, name and dates.
Well, which is so critical.
So critical.
Yeah, because imagine this is to be up there forever.
Right.
So a spelling mistake, there's no room for mistakes.
Yeah, no, not at all.
I love it how you have this much more smaller, detailed area. And here's Heidi right here, the expert in engraving. When you're engraving an urn, what kind of timeline is it like take an hour to engrave an urn, or is it a quick process?
No, not at all. If there is clip art and the name of the deceased along with the year, it can be anywhere from 5 to 10 to 20 minutes.
Oh wow! So just kind of moves along, does its thing.
Very quickly once it's set in the program.
And I see here so many different options here that us as your clients, we've had wooden urns, we've had ceramic urns, which you can't really etch, but you can put tags on, and then the metal urns.
The metal urns are engravable, as well as jewelry pieces as well, with fingerprints or names and dates as well.
But there must be limits. Like if someone says, we want something that is so tiny, we almost have to discourage that. Say, well, you don't want to look at it with a microscope.
Indeed, there is a plate size that we have engravable space for, and that is the only size that we can put on, depending on jewelry, the heart mementos or the full-size urns, yes.
So this is a laser for urns.
Is that why it ends up being dark like that?
Yeah,
No,
they're
that's
stained
the paint
also.
that's put in
Yeah.
afterwards
Oh.
once they're engraved.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's the same as the big laser out in the warehouse. It's just a 24-inch bed.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Does it get dicey and someone says, I am a Maple Leafs fan, I want the logo? Is that dicey?
Yeah, it is a dicey.
It's a copyright
area.
thing,
Yeah,
right?
it is a
It's hard.
copyright thing.
Someone
yeah.
can say, but it's just going to be in my house. Like,
Yeah.
well, but you made it, right?
yeah.
So, yeah, that's tricky.
I like to think if you're that big of a sports fan, a Maple Leaf fan, a Red Wing fan,
Yeah.
that if you're gonna have that on your headstone or your urn,
yeah.
I would like to think that those sports teams wouldn't invoke their license right.
You would hope so.
Yeah, because that's the ultimate tribute.
Curtis, once again, thank you so much for having us out here. You've been so kind to open the doors and let us
Yeah.
see behind the curtain here.
No problem.
We appreciate your time.
We appreciate your business. Thank you.
We'll see you around, eh?
Safe travels.